Hello everyone, this is Kylo G with the TGL Wednesday walkthrough. Today we're going to do Worlds 4-3, 4, and 4-4. We would start World 4-5 because this video has been cut short today because I was going to do 4-3 to 4-5, but in the middle of making the video, I got a phone call and I had to pause it, and it was going to come out sloppy. So I'm going to do 4-5 to 4-7 next Wednesday. So this video has been cut by like 3 or 4 minutes less than it usually would be. So you're gonna have to excuse that this time. Now, since the last time I saw you, I told you guys I had hurt my knee. I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear about that, but to make a long story short, it's gotten better. And I guess that's pretty much all I can share with you guys, except for all the other things that's been happening at home. But I don't think I'm not going to depress you guys with that. And now, also, I'm going to try to get a new camera, because this one, for some reason, wants to act up. I probably will be stuck with this one for a while. Not saying I'm going to be getting a new camera this weekend or anything, but I'm going to be trying to get a new camera because this one, as you can see in the video, the quality isn't really as best as it would or should be. Because for some reason, I think because the setting I put the DS on, I put the DS on full video, like, not full video, full brightness value, so it kind of made it a little bit brighter than it usually would be. But that's going to be fixed when I get a new camera. I guess you guys can comment on some good camera suggestions, maybe something that would work best for, you know, maybe if you've got a camera at home that you think is really good for recording, you know, video games, you know, your TV, something with pretty good quality. I'm not saying it has to be HD. I want to get an HD one because, you know, HD is just better. Just what's better than high def. So I'm going to try to get a new HD camcorder. Although I do like my webcam, and I probably will still use it for, you know, DS walkthroughs, because the way it sets up, it just fits right, and it just has the features that I need to do Nintendo DS, 3DS game walkthroughs. So I'm gonna get a new camera for my next walkthrough, because my next walkthrough is gonna be a PS3 walkthrough, and I'm not gonna tell you which game it's gonna be. It's gonna be a surprise. So, you know, just be prepared for the next walkthrough. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it's going to be PS3. It's going to be a PlayStation. Let's just stick with that. It's going to be something in the PlayStation category, because I have every version of PlayStation. It could be a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, or even a PSP. So, you know, you have several games to look forward to. And then there's also the games that I put out in that first video. In fact, if you want to choose which game I should do from that setting, I'll do one of those if you guys all choose one. But if nobody does, or if, you know, something else pops up to where I don't do that, I'll just stick with the one I chose before. Not going to give you any hints or anything either, so just going to let that hang over your head. Something you just think about. You know, when someone tells you something and then they don't finish telling you, and then it just hangs over your head like a little storm cloud, and you've just been wondering all day. You can't think about it. It could be the smallest thing. It could be like, hey, what's the answer to 2 plus 2? Even though you know what it's for. But it might be something different. And then you're like, well, what was he going to say? I was kind of invested in that situation. So then you're going to be kind of mad in the end when he doesn't finish what he was going to say. And then you're going to be mad because you don't know what 2 plus 2 was. Even though you're thinking it's 4, when it could have been like 4.5. And when I say 4.5, is because I saw this math equation and someone wrote down a 0.5, but they wrote it really small next to the 2. It was in the corner of the 2, so you couldn't see it. So when they made the 2 really, really big, so you thought it was 2 plus 2, but then in the little corner you saw this little black dot, and I wanted to say it was a 0.5, But I was just like, I'm not gonna acknowledge it. I mean, what's the odds that black dot's gonna be a 0.5? And what did it be? A 0.5. So yeah, I'm just gonna let that hang over your head, and then you can probably use that 4.5 thing on someone else. You know, be like, hey, what's this math equation equal? And they're gonna be like, oh, it equals 4. You'd be like, no, it equals 4.5. See that little dot in the corner? And they're gonna be really mad at you. And also, in our class, I know I'm jumping from subject to subject, just like, well, why is he jumping from subject to subject? Why don't you just stick to Mario or something? Because I want to keep everyone entertained with new, random, exciting stuff. So, I don't know if this is be on the exciting side, but in my literature class, we're doing Romeo and Juliet. That play is probably the most famous plays ever. You probably could say you've never seen it before in your life, but you've probably been exposed to it and never realized it. Like Romeo and Juliet, then there's the regular Romeo and Juliet, and then there's been TV shows where they do parodies of Romeo and Juliet, and then there's also the one that we are watching, the modernized version. You may have seen that one and never realized it. It's Romeo and Juliet, the modernized version with Leonardo DiCaprio and some other red-headed female chick. And in the play, if you haven't heard of it, like if you've never read Romeo and Juliet, in the play, they have swords. It takes place in like medieval times. Not medieval times. That's not a good setting. More like Queen Elizabeth times. But if you don't know what that is, well, I'm not gonna get into that. But anyway, we're doing that in class. So yeah, that's all I had to share.